Hi, it's Maxine from rootsnorthernireland.com, and this is video number 10 of the series, and we're going to do a few more do's and don'ts. There's always do's and don'ts, but it's important to know some of these. So start with don't discount information. So if you think something doesn't fit because a date's off or it's spelt differently, remember many of our ancestors did not read or write, so the information could still be right, but like I said, they may not have been able to read or write, or they may have did so with a limited knowledge of the language. Information given may have been deliberately given wrong, such as the case of children who were born out of wedlock. That was a big thing back then. So if there was some kind of a stigma attached, they may have lied about the birth of a child. Another example of a variation is information in census records. I'm telling you, like I said, we only have two really good, reliable censuses over here, and that's 1901 and 1911. I'm telling you, the differences between, that's 10 years in actuality, but I'm telling you, the years don't always add up. They're quite often different, and then somebody could have aged 20 years, somebody could have aged 8 years, right? So you have to take it all with a grain of salt and figure out what might be right. So the information was on the census was gathered going from door to door, and people transcribing it had to deal with people who were illiterate. Many of the family names were spelled in different ways, maybe by the way they sounded them out. So it would be wonderful if all census takers had nice penmanship as well. That would have been a wonderful thing, but they didn't, and so sometimes it's very hard to. People may have transcribed that record and took an N for an M or something like that. So be careful and always go back and retrace and see what you can find out. Okay, that's don't discount information. Number 2, don't randomly include information. Just because someone else somewhere on the internet or in some record site says that your great-grandmother was born here does not make it true. Check sources and verify the information. Many hours can be wasted following the wrong information. So don't add information that's random, and do not discount information. So prove your facts. Don't become overloaded. Just because, like, once you've exhausted your resources, etc., put aside it a bit. If you're hitting this brick wall and you're getting frustrated, put it away for a wee bit and work on another one of your lines, or just completely step away. When you revisit your original family tree, you'll be amazed at how many things you overlooked. And you do. I mean, I still go back and years ago, I didn't. Why did I not pick up on that? Why did I not see that? So, yeah. So, don't become overloaded. Don't stress yourself out. This is meant to be fun and enjoyable. So, number 4, do share. It's incredible. Most of the people I come across who do genealogy are great, and they share their information, and they're pleasant way, no problem. But there are a few people I've come across who basically hoard it. They're very protective of their research and their genealogy and what the work they've done, and they're reluctant to share it, and or to tell you how they obtained it. Not your way. Sharing is actually your best chance at gathering more information. So if you set up a site on your web for your relatives to go and have a wee look at what you've done and ask them for input, like on Facebook, you can set up a Facebook group for a particular name and then add all your cousins and whatnot, and ask them to share their information. It's great. My rule is that you'd also have to be respectful of people's privacy. If they're going to be like that, then that's their right to be that way. So my rule is that if someone does not want something shown, I will remove it. So if it's on one of my sites, like I have in my heritage, I have my ancestry, I have Facebook, but if there's something that someone does not want shared, they just have to tell me. If there's a picture of them that I have posted that they don't like, they just have to tell me, and I will respect that. I might talk about I will respect them. Because, I don't want ugly pictures of me put on either. Actually, I don't want heavy pictures. I only want the skinny pictures of me put on. But you do. You have to respect people, but at the same time. But share your family tree. I mean, think the whole purpose of genealogy is to share. I think that's like the go hand in hand. But not everybody thinks that way. So please note, right, also remember that not everything you find will be welcomed by your relatives. You will probably, if you're lucky, find out things that may shake some skeletons out of the closets. I found a particular salacious piece of information once and thought my aunt was going to disown me. She didn't. Although you need to be respectful of your family and what information you choose to share, you cannot write history. I mean, I just did another wee blog on that, and you can't rewrite it. So if your great-great-granddad was a rogue, you can't make him be a choir boy. Besides, how bored would that be? So, number 5, have fun. Most important, have fun. Searching your roots is meant to be a fun thing to do. When you find yourself stressed or over trying to find that one wee piece of information, take a break, put your research aside, remember why you got started in the first place, get some professional assistance if need be. There's people like me. I'm very basic. I'm the for beginners or people who are starting out and people who want a wee bit of help. Births, deaths, marriages, obituaries, newspaper, all that kind of stuff. A cemetery visit, that's all me. I can do all that stuff. But if you're really, really, a dedicated genealogist and you want some information that you've been struggling with trying to get, I may be able to help you, but chances are you're better to have someone who's more skilled than me. I'm not afraid to say that. So remember, you're not just searching your roots. You're searching your children's roots, and in turn, you're creating a legacy for them. So you're creating something for them to hand down. Oh, and just so you know, there is no end to your research. Once you begin, there is no going back. So get ready and go.